Oh yes, indeed. Slash, one of the all-time greatest rock guitar players ever, at least in my opinion. He was the reason why I first drawn my interest to Les Pauls. And well, I have here a Tokai Les Paul. I know, the pickups ain't the Seymour Duncan Alnicos, these are EMGs, but these will do just fine for this video. Okay, so the song in the beginning you just heard, I programmed the drums myself and played the guitars and bass. Why I choose this song? Because I think it represents Slash playing really well. There's many elements and effects that he uses in his playing. So it starts with this clean but Slash uses a lot like those slash chords. So basically what there is, there's G and there's C/G, F/G, so. And those like little fills like what it does in. Don't cry also, and many stuff. Yeah, the gear what I have now, the clean sound is from JCM2000 TSL. It's really close to Jubilee's clean sound. I own the Jubilee, and the overdriven sound was the JCM800, which Slash has used also with 6550 tubes. I mean, he has used Silver Jubilee, his own signatures, Plexi and stuff, but you know, Marshalls in general. And no boost was on the 800 except for the, yes, there was actually boost, the EQ, like Slash uses, so mid boost. Nowadays I think he uses a custom audio electronics booster, but back in the day he used a Bass G7, like what I have here now. So yeah, the clean stuff, I mean, Slash is clean on Guns N' Roses albums, is like basically clean, and I think he used the Roland JC120 live, you know, Jubilee. This does, the TSL clean channel is awesome, it does the job. Okay, and then, well, the solo, or the solos, it's really good examples of Slash's playing. So let me switch to 800. So it's like this, and with the EQ it's like. Just gives it a little bit more sustain. So the song is in G major, and basically the intro melody is based on a G major, but it's he plays it on the E, so it's kind of like Aeolian box, which is minor box, because here, so it's like same scale. There's one example, Slash does a lot of these, where he kind of bends and grabs a note. That's a good example. And then the solo, he uses octave. I think he used the Boss octave. I have a DigiTech Whammy here, so set to 1 octave below. So that's a good example. It starts like. Let me take the octave off so you hear better. So there's basically like a minor and major combined. And then comes this very standard slash pre-bends. So he does those a lot. Kind of like double stops, which he does a lot too. And then on the third verse of Paradise City, he actually plays that major third thing. Or the whole verse is like, because it's like but the second time it's and so they're playing like majors with easy major thirds. All right, and then yeah, the guitars I used on the song was a soft tubes plugin. The left guitar was a Silver Jubilee and the right was a Plexi. No effects, nothing. Okay, and then comes the solo, or first the variation of the theme. So and I've seen him play differently, sometimes like but in that same box. And then again pre-bend. So you're bending from a B to from like C to B. He does those a lot. Okay, and then the solo, it starts with this, you know, kind of standard rock and roll thing. So, because the rhythm guitars are going like same thing till the end. So G, C, F, C, G. So first slash like follows those with this chromatic rock and roll thing. It's this swing that it's very slash. And then he incorporates the octave again with these kind of like it sounds like, wow, I think it's octave. And then he just does the chords like then the solo is kind of like, it's like so all over the place. He switches from minor to major, but mostly what he uses, the scale he uses, it's a G Dorian. Because Dorian is, it fits into minor and major. Because Dorian is kind of both. So let's just say we have a G minor pentatonic. G major. Dorian. So here it's kind of both. So I do this a lot. I mix minor and major, which is kind of like Dorian. Okay, so then the solo continues. So it starts like a very slash. It's not one step, but 1.5, because he bends here. He could bend here, 20, because it's in the scale. And then he goes down the scale, and where is standard, he's like kind of climbs up the scale. I do that a lot. Not necessarily those exact notes, but the idea. Okay, and then comes this kind of like pentatonic lick, but again it's in the Dorian. So it's basically pentatonic stuff, and then wah. Then comes this really cool Dorian, minor, major pentatonic slide. Something in that sense, like basically he uses 3 boxes. And then again he does a similar lick but before, so he climbs up the scale using hammer-ons and pull-off, but now with first with G and B strings. Something similar. And then comes this kind of like, all right, so basically it's like a Dorian, but this is kind of like Aeolian. And then it, well, I think he didn't think much. He just played with a feeling, you know, what I do, what many people do. Van Halen described like, it's like a cat landing on the, falling from the stairs and landing on your feet. So it's like, how I think this as a Dorian with just a couple of extra passing tone, chromatic passing tones. And then it's got blues thing there. And then comes again this, wow, amazing lick, but it's like, so how I think about this as like a pentatonic, but with lots of chromatic passing tones and just, you know, don't give a F. So it's, you know, G minor pentatonic first box. So what he does is like, he uses a lot of chromatic passing tones, like but it works. This is fantastic lick. Something like that. It's great. And then comes this balls out like chromatic things, just not in any tempo or anything. It's just like just like chromatics. Basically on the E string and then octave higher on the D string. And then again something in Dorian or minor pentatonic. Then he switches to major. Because the chords, they are fifth chords. So they can be both. So Slash kind of dictates the mood, because now he's been basically playing in minor, or like Dorian, but it's like the focus is on minor stuff, on these minor pentatonic licks. But now he switches completely like what he did in the beginning. So minor, major. So he kind of does. I see him play differently. I guess on the album it's. But live, I've heard and seen him play basically the theme. And then comes this kind of like, blues. And then he starts to. And I guess on some point he switches from A to B flat. Like a little bit tense. Major and then minor. Again small major. And then he bends from B flat to B, which is a major third for a G. So. And then it ends on G5, but Slash has kind of indicated before. Because this would be minor, minor, so. So this is really good example of his playing. And one other thing, some people are like, yeah, but he isn't playing fast or anything. No, not, but he's doing these really cool, kind of fast things, but I guess his strongest asset is the vocal-like playing. And how he does that is he uses those pre-bends, because it's, let's take Don't Cry solo. Okay, that wasn't the best. But anyway, so he starts like. And then comes this half step pre-bend. And then full. Lots of those bends. And then. And this, so far he's been playing in A natural minor, Alien, but now background, there comes E major and F major chords. And what he does, he plays the notes of those chords, so arpeggios. So it's genius. I remember when I was a kid and I was learning this, I was, yeah, I can play like Slash. Then I recorded myself, do that, kids, and I listened to myself. It was like, okay, maybe I need to work on those bends. So playing these solos like that, they really sound good is really hard, because it's so easy to, you know, just practice like a lot of fast things, you know, work on scales, but to really play with the feel and yeah, he is really great, and he has a unique style. I mean, first note you hear that it's him. Like November Rain, that's one of the slowest solos, but also one of the hardest, because it's basically all those pre-bends, like oh, whatever, it continues. But anyway, yeah, I could go on for a little bit about Slash's rhythm playing. You know, I kind of have this loose rock and roll swagger vibe, like, you know, and so on. But then he also has this really tight right hand when he wants, like Locomotive. It's this kind of like, basically it's like two notes. A three. But the way he plays it, I think he plays it like so. It's really hard to get that vibe. It's not. And that continues like a long time. So he's really, when he wants, he's really, you know, to the point, and sometimes he just plays it very loosely. And one example, you know, he uses a lot of slash chords, like, you know, these. Whoop. So on that one there's like A7, then there's D/A. Well, I don't think he plays the A, but it's there with bass, and then C/A, G/A, F/A, and again. And a good example of is Out to Get Me, where he uses like these inversions and slash chords. Let me play it a bit and then. So that's like, you know, classic stuff. But then this is really nice, the pre-chorus, which is like a D major, then it's like a D slash C, D slash G major, and this could be think as like D slash A minor or D minor. And then again C, then C slash B flat. Okay. Yeah. Slash. Great player. I found in a link, really cool link, where there's a lot of information about his gear, what he's used on what tour, what guitars, what amps. I put a link on the description below if you're interested and want to check it out. But you know, in general, there's not that much gain on his sound. It's really rocky, and you know, he just boosts his solos with EQ or booster, and usually with cleans he uses chorus and stuff. But his really the signature stuff is those bends, that vibrato and those pre-bends, and then, you know, basically based on pentatonics and stuff. But I guess, you know, Slash does what Slash wants. You know, if it sounds good, it's good. Hey, I don't know how long this was, because I got a little bit carried away. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully this was interesting, and maybe you got some ideas to try for your own guitar playing. At least I've picked up a lot of stuff from Slash. Hey, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.